Welcome back, everybody. Gaming Grandpa here. I'm going to have an episode here of the next game coming up here, but I wanted to just kind of touch base on some of the business aspects of the save so far, like where we are financially. We have quite a few new players that came in because the transfer window just opened, and I had quite a few more players that came in. I do have a player that I wanted to keep that is going to be leaving, but I got a deal on it, and I had to. I also I made a trade and got quite a few more first round picks again. So I'm back up to, I think, 4 or 5 first round picks for the next coming draft. So it's going to be crazy. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch base on some business deals and check them out. And then we'll get into the game in the next episode. So thanks for watching and have a good day. All right, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the business aspects of the save currently, like new players that came in, players that left, and things like that. All right. I also wanted to apologize because I didn't realize that Football Manager had the League's Cup in the game this year, but they do. What the League's Cup is, it's Liga MX and the MLS play a tournament. All right. Every team is invited. You get $100,000 just for participating in it. So that's already pretty much more money than you're going to make playing in CONCACAF Champions League. And the reason it was created was because CONCACAF money is just not there. I mean, it's never going to be like UEFA or some of the other ones, but they're trying to get it up there. But how CONCACAF works is every country that participates donates money for the winners, and some of these countries are like, why are we going to do it? We've never won, we never will win. So that's why they created the League's Cup. And the cool thing about this is the top 3, the winner and the runner-up, and then the third place winner, the third place game winner, they all 3 get bids to the CONCACAF Champions League, and the Champions League now has 32 teams. So there's more bursts on the line, and there's a bigger purse on the line too. So I'm kind of excited about that. What they do is they have 15 group stages of 3 teams in a group, and the top 2 advance. Well, we beat Colorado, as you can see the bottom game there. We beat Colorado, so we play Sagunas next coming up. But the cool thing is we've already advanced because we beat Colorado, and Colorado, we have 3 points, they have none, and so Sagunas beat Colorado too. So we're both in, regardless of how this next game goes against them. We're in. Now, if winning doesn't really matter. It's the top 2 are just randomly split between the next group. So I'll talk about that more when we get to it. Also, in the U.S. Cup, we are in the semifinals, and I am just really stoked about that. I don't want to win the league, but I would win the cup. That wouldn't bother me. I would love to get CONCACAF Champions League the first year. That would be amazing. But we're sitting in 4th place overall, which is not bad. Once again, I don't want to win the league this year or the Supporters Shield, but I do want to make the playoffs. I've always talked about just sitting outside of playoffs or making, getting in the last playoff spot, so either one's fine. All right, I have an A+ overall rating. They're not happy with my 2 trades that I gave up, all them first round picks in order to get my international permanent slots. But I want to talk a little bit about transfers, all right? We're going to go to transfer history, all right? And that's trade. So we're going to talk about that first, actually. All right. Now, about the international slots, what I gave up. But what you don't realize is, all right, when Lowen left, he left the hole for a starting center mid. And Colorado was always going to fill that role, but I thought he was on loan for the rest of the year. Remember, I messed up with him. But anyhow, long story short, he's back, and so he's registered, and I didn't need this kid anymore because I have way too many people in the slots, and I didn't really, I picked him up. He cleared waiver wire, and I picked him up, and he was getting like 230,000 or something like that, but I just had trouble finding a spot for him, and he had a wanted tag with 3 teams that wanted him, and so I went ahead and I did a trade and offered him to these guys, and look what I got from Sporting KC. I got 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, which got mine back, which is hilarious. I also got a 2nd-round pick and an international slot for 3 freaking years, man, so how can I turn that down? Once again, there's high turnover in MLS. And a prime example of that is Reyna. His contract expires this year. I have an extension clause where I could trigger it if I want to. I tried to offer him a new contract, and he's making $790,000 now. He wanted $1.3 million, and I'm like, dude, you're 29. I have tons of players to fill your spot. I'm going to end up trading him, but I'm trying to wait until we can get through the cups and different things like that, because he has been on fire with the assists, so it's really tough. I might just trigger him. I always plan ahead, but it changes mid-season when you get rid of players and you have bids come in and stuff like that. All right. Now, I also signed another kid, but this is the first time that I had to negotiate player rights from Real Salt Lake for this kid, and I'll show you him in just a bit. But Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Real Salt Lake, I gave him $50,000 allocation money and a third-round pick in 2025. Big deal, all right, to get a really good kid. All right, now I'm going to talk about my transfers. All right, incoming. Of course, I'll have to cover Colorado here because he came back off a loan. He's going to be my starting center mid, taking low end spot. And I signed him because I got him really, really, really cheap. And that's why I did it. But he's going to be a really good player for me. He's already a star in the MLS, and he just only played a few games. You know, he's not going to improve that much, but he's going to still be worth a decent amount. So however long he stays here, that's up to him or up to teams that want, come in for bids. So we'll see what happens. All right, now for the incoming transfers. All right, you know about Kyle. He's on game number 12 or 13, so 3 more, and he's going to be a permanent fixture in our team for $800,000, which I think is a good deal. All right, this kid I got off of a youth contract, so I only had to pay $1.2 thousand as compensation. How can I turn that down? Look at the potential he has. He's only going to be a 3-star potential, maybe 4 at the most, but he's going to sit around and get a little bit of game time with me, and he's going to play a lot in the B team, and I'll cover that here in just a bit. But it's a business decision. I sign players to make money, and once again, I want players that are going to come over here and play for me a couple of years and then go throughout the world and do better and brag about being here at St. Louis City. All right, that's one. All right, Roero, I'm really, really happy about this dude. I signed him on a free transfer, and look at that, he has very good potential, and I'm very excited about him. And by the way, he can play on a left or right side, and same thing with the last kid, Lebersorger. I can't pronounce his name right. Yep, Lebersorger. All right, this kid is an American, and I managed to history. I'm sorry, $59,000 is what I paid for him. All right. I'm always willing to bring Americans back to the USA to play in the MLS, all right? He's currently in my B team, but I'm okay with that because he's on an SMS contract, so he can come up and play with the big boys if he needs to be. But, he'll be worth a little bit of money down the line, and I'm okay with that. Once again, it's a business decision, and I'll get into my B team here in just a minute. Now, this kid I signed, he had way higher potential than what he appeared to have. I paid $53,000 for him, but it doesn't matter because he's worth, more than that. So I'm okay with that. He's in my B team. He's currently injured, but that's okay. But he's probably not going to be here too terribly long because he had 4.5-star potential, and now he's a solid 3. So you know what? My scouts get it wrong once in a while, and I can't help it. All right, this kid, I'm very, very excited about him. He's already scored a goal. He's played a couple games for me off the bench, and he's already scored a goal. So he's going to fill in for Adele quite a bit because he is a striker, and I wanted some more young strikers. And he has decent potential, but he's probably going to be down in the B team before too long. All right. Gabriel. I'm excited about this kid too. Look at that. And I paid, how much did I pay for him? No, it doesn't say. I think he was on a free, I believe, but he's on a senior minimum salary contract also, but he's worth a lot. And he is in the B team, matter of fact, but he's registered with us so he could play. Salazar, I brought in to replace Reyna, and he had higher potential when I signed him, but you know what? I signed him on a free. Yeah, he's getting a little bit less money than what Gavon was getting, but he is a pretty decent little player. And once again, I don't know how long he's going to play for me, but look at his stats. He's got really good stats, so I'm not too upset with that. And I'll get into Reyna here in just a minute. Okay, the last dude I traded player rights to get him, Suba. Once again, an American. I do like signing Americans. Come on, man. I don't know why it's running so slow. And he plays that striker position. He is signed and he's in the big team right at the moment, but he'll be in the B team before you know it. But he's on a reserve contract, so I'm not too upset with that. All right, he's not homegrown though, but he is an American, so I like Americans. All right, now I need to show you an outgoing. I have more coming in, but we'll cover that in another episode. All right, I got a bid for him that I just couldn't turn down, and I really hated to let him go. Because I was hoping he'd be a wonder kid for me. I don't think he's going to be. So I had a bid from Borussia Dortmund of all people. So I went ahead and got rid of him. $4.1 million up front. I'm getting another $1.9 million in installments. I'm getting another $1.3 after 10 games. And after one international appearance, I'm going to get $1.3 million. He's already made 5 international appearances for Mexico. So why not? I'm also loaned him back to the rest of the season. The percentage of profits for next sale is 20%, and I added a friendly range for Borussia Dortmund. So who doesn't want that with gate receipts and television? It's going to be televised, I guarantee it. So I had to do it. Now I'm going to cover a little bit more here. Reyna, I tried to offer him a new contract, like I said before, and I just don't know what I'm going to do because he wanted $1.3 million. And I just don't think he's worth that. I mean, he has a lot of assists with 11. He's leading the team with 11. I do have a 1-year extension that I could trigger, and I might do that. But, he's still a squad player, so I want to keep him at that. Plus, he wanted to be a regular starter, and I don't want that at the moment. So, but I have a lot of players that have wanted tags, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Lara has a wanted tag from LAFC, and they really, really want him. He has very high potential, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Once again, if bids come in, you tend to want to get rid of them. I have Lindsay, who could take his place. I have, another, where is it, Anderson? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on. He does have a release clause, so it might be beneficial to go ahead and give him to LAFC if they come in with a bid. I'm not for sure. All right. Another thing, Lindsay's not going anywhere. I can tell you that. My American kids aren't going anywhere. Popescu has one. And the dude's been to our game 2 or 3 times. And the way he's been playing, I doubt I'm going to get rid of him. I truly, truly doubt it, because he still can get better. I don't know. And Stroud, I'm going to keep. I don't care what they say about that one. I wanted to get rid of Ostrak, but he's been doing really, really well. I mean, he really has. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Gioacchini's not going anywhere, so, we'll see what happens. Vargas is wanted, but he's not going anywhere either. But some of the other ones I could get rid of, and, I know there's a few I transfer listed, so we'll see what's going to happen. I don't know. Our finances are doing really well. In the League Cup, I got $100,000 for just participating, so that's pretty cool. And dynamics are doing really well. The team cohesion's finally up. Everything's really, really good. So, I don't know. We'll see what's going on. My scouting is always crazy. I haven't really done anything crazy with my club vision lately. Just asking them to improve different things and giving me more scouts and more things like that. See, they improve my training facilities. Oh, nope, it's almost done. And youth recruitment. So, I'm doing the right things, trying to build this team up, and that's what I'm trying to do to become a powerhouse, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here because the game's coming right up. So stay tuned for that, and I'll talk to you in a bit.